So we now go to the Prince of Wales, which is the intermediate event for men's quads. Reading University, they are on the Berkshire station. By now, if you've been listening to us on this Henley Regatta YouTube presentation, you'll know that's on the right of the screen, and closest to the island, that's the Buckinghamshire station. It is the crew from Eton College and Burway Rowing Club and steering.
That's a common trait when you're kind of on that side, on the buck side, and you sense the island coming towards you, and you always move into the middle of the river. But with any steers person, the last thing you want to do is put the rudder on early when you're trying to get up to maximum speed. So, you know, normally you let it run out a little bit, and then as soon as the umpire tells you what to do, you'll move straight back over.
So has that cost them any distance? Because that's like a big U they did in the course, or you know, does it really matter at that point of the race?
No, it definitely affects the whole speed. You know, you think you're going from nothing, and you're going flat out basically off the blocks to get your whole speed up. To put the rudder on is like putting a handbrake on, so that's the last thing you want to do at that early stage.
So as we look at this crew from Eton College and Burway, 3 Burway men in it, rowing in the distinctive purple and gold colours, and from Eton College, the 2-man Stephen Hermes. And well, they're hoping to be competitive in this early part of the race, because really we can talk a bit about Reading University A crew, because they are quite a powerful piece of work, this crew at the top of your picture, rowing in the yellow Empacher shell. We're flicking down the course, I think, to live now. The race is still competitive.
Yeah, and it's always the thing about that dual kind of racing. It's about just staying in contact. Even if you have a bad start, as long as you don't lose contact with the other crew, you can still see them and still feed off them.
Well, Eton College and Burway finished 7th in championship quads at Marlow Regatta, the recent Marlow Regatta, so they have got a turn of speed. There's some experience in that boat, but this Reading crew, well, 3 of them won the intermediate tier at Marlow, and I would guess that would put them in pole position to step up in this Prince of Wales event for these boys. Stroke Franklin Hamilton at 3, Ollie Dix, it's his 2nd year at Reading. Missed this event, getting knocked out in the first round last year. Behind him, Simon Williamson, the lightweight, former lightweight, and then in the bow, Christian Dove.
But you can just see the kind of steering line of the Reading boat there, how great that's been all the way down the track, where the Eton and Burway crew have been in and out close to the booms. And as we were talking about earlier, you know, that just slows the boat down every time you put the rudder on. And just efficiency on the Reading crew has been much better down the track.
When you race this course, like, how far off the booms did you steer?
I'd always try and keep a couple of feet. You know, you don't want to kind of keep moving in and out, and you can use it as a gauge. You don't want to be too close that if you hit a wash, you're on top of it. But pretty much where the Reading crew is, that is perfect. You don't want to be any closer than that or any further away. Gives
you such confidence, that course, as well. You know, when you have a steersman that really knows what they're doing, doesn't want to use their rudder too much, just lets the boat flow on.
That is so valuable to a coxswain's boat. You know, having someone you totally trust and believe and know they're going to get you down the track dead straight is really important, because the last thing you want to do is put the rudder on and keep expending energy trying to get the whole speed back up. So, you know, it's a really good line that they've done there in the Reading boat.
Reading University got a very good programme. Am I right in saying that Sam Townsend was a Reading University man?
Yeah, Sam Townsend came from there, now at Radley, in charge of Radley's programme. So, you know, they've had some great athletes over the last couple of years come through into the GB team, and, you know, it is a feeder for the national team.
So whether any of these young athletes from Reading University, the crew on the right of your screen as you look, Eton College and Burway Rowing Club on the left, when any of these young Reading athletes, they're around between 20 and 22 years of age. It's the back of the 22-year-old Christian Dove we're seeing there, with the RUBC, Reading University Boat Club, on his back. And that's a little bit of a parallax error, because it looks as though the camera's on one side, it looks as though it's coming towards the camera, but actually they're just going straight down the booms.
And also, once you're kind of that far in front, you're able to relax with your steering, because then you have the whole river to yourself pretty much. And, you know, if you want to move out a little bit, you know, as an athlete racing, you know, I know that people don't like getting dirty water, but you'd always try and send some puddles down to knock your opposition off a little bit.
So what do you like about this Reading University crew sculling. I mean, what are they doing well as far as you're concerned, Mark?
Well, moving in sync, that's the important thing. You know, moving as one, that's very important. Steering, once you've got that set, that's a big weight off your mind, especially when you think about going off the blocks. You're at full pelt, and knowing that you're going to be in a straight line, you're not going to have to correct as you come into the booms. And they're just able to think about the processes now, which is what you want at this stage in the regatta. You don't want to have really kind of tight races if you're trying to progress and save energy for the later kind of parts of the competition. Yeah,
and I think also looking at what Reading are doing, let that catch breathe a bit, don't they? They're no hurry just to snap back on it.
No, it's quite relaxed. It kind of drifts in a little bit. You know, that's something that I'm sure they can work on. You know, they do have kind of 3 lightweights in the boat, and they've got the kind of big gun in the free seat. That's what we'll call it. So, you know, it's a tight little unit.
So, Reading University now very much in view of our commentary position as they come up towards the finish line, soon to pass the floating grandstands. They know the finish is coming up. Their work is done for this afternoon, and an excellent job it was too. Reading University here, the finish buzzer. They will wait and acknowledge the sterling efforts of their opponents in this race from Eton College and Burway Rowing Club. And there are the cheers. Reading University A beat Eton College and Burway Rowing Club.